Sitting is something we all do all the time, and we may even vaguely know it's bad for us. But just why is this, and how far does it go? Today we have speaking for us Diane Berkey, LMP.
I am Diane Berkey, LMP in Washington, which stands for Licensed Massage Practitioner. I was licensed in July of 2012.
According to a 2016 article published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, the average adult sits for 6.4 hours a day, and the average adolescent 8.2 hours a day, up from 5.5 and 7 hours respectively in 2007. It's a rapidly increasing number, and a concerning one at that.
But here in 2022 in America, pretty much everywhere we go, the first thing we do, even though it's unconscious, is look for a chair. So you go to the school play to see your kid, where's my chair? You go to your car, where's my seat? You go to the airport, get me on the plane so I can sit down. You go to a restaurant, I want to sit down. There's pretty much nowhere that you go to stand unless it's maybe the gym. But that's just a limited thing. Movie theater. The first thing we always do is look for that chair. That's very much a modern thing. And as a result, in my opinion, we have a catastrophic series of events that arise that lead to the need for joint replacement surgeries, knee, hip, shoulder, because we're sitting.
The psoas major, also known simply as the psoas, is a muscle that connects from your spine down to the bottom of your hips where your legs connect. It is part of the muscle group known as the hip flexors, which gives you mobility in the upper leg. It is also the primary cause of LBP, more commonly referred to as lower back pain.
It's probably one of the most important muscles to think about, and it's probably one of the main reasons why sitting is the new smoking. It ties your legs to your spine. And when you are sitting, that is unnaturally tight. It doesn't like to be that way. And when the psoas gets tight, not only does it cause lower back pain, and pretty much everyone over 50 will tell you that they have lower back pain, and pretty much everybody that works at a desk over 30 will tell you they have lower back pain. It's because the psoas doesn't want to sit.
According to a study done by the National Center for Health Statistics in 2019, 28.4% of 18 to 29-year-olds, 35.2% of 30 to 44-year-olds, 44.3% of 45 to 64-year-olds, and 45.6% of people aged 65 and older reported experiencing back pain within the last 3 months, the most reported of any pain. Back pain carries with it its own issues, like immobility, shame at being unable to do previously doable tasks, and raised cortisol levels, which can lead to depression and other mental issues.
And I'm just like, why do we have cortisol? I can't imagine one single good thing it does for us. It causes depression and poor immunity and poor sex drive, and it causes anger issues and sleeplessness. And like, if there's something bad, it causes it. So by always having the psoas stressed out, cortisol is slowly getting released at all times.
There are other health complications that can arise, such as unhealthy changes in walking patterns that can cause knee issues, as well as poor posture. Another critical issue with sitting is that it is incredibly sedentary, and being sedentary for long periods of time is bad for health overall.
So when you're sitting, how many different ways are there that that's bad? You're not moving, so it's an antithesis of what you should be doing.
In addition to the numerous physical benefits such as weight management, lower cholesterol, lower risk of type 2 diabetes, lower risk of certain cancers, lower blood pressure, stronger bones, stronger muscles, stronger joints, more stability, more speedy recovery from injuries, higher energy levels, and better sleep, there are also incredible mental benefits such as distraction from anxiety, opportunities for social interaction, general mood elevation, and even certain kinds of exercise-induced euphoria, better known as runner's high. When you're not moving, however, spending long periods of time sedentary, you're not getting any of that. Blood flow is incredibly important to the proper function of the body.
So something that is impossible to overstate is the value of blood flow. So if you think about any movie where the person in distress is about to fall to the whims of the evil characters, and all of a sudden the cavalry rides in and rushes in and dispatches the bad guy and rescues the victim, and everything is happily ever after. The blood supply is that cavalry. It's got everything you need in it at all times. There is pretty much no malady that can't be fixed by proper blood flow. The blood is exactly what you need everywhere that you need it, and the more you can make it flow through all of your areas, the better better and faster that you can heal. And this is one of the reasons why you need to raise your heart rate every day, is to circulate this healing river of perfectly suited nutrients to your needs. And so when people have a strictly sedentary lifestyle and they never raise their heart rate, they're literally in the process of dying because the blood isn't flowing fast enough to heal things up.
The lymph system, which is critical for the removal of waste of cell byproducts, functions through the movement of blood. So if the blood isn't getting around fast enough, then the system is not working properly, and it can lead to issues such as lymphedema.
If you're not sitting, what are you doing? Well, you're circulating and you're flexing your glutes a lot. You're flexing your hamstrings and quads. You're shifting your weight between your feet. Oh, another important one is you're activating your lymph system, which is your underground sewer system that has no pump. Your arteries and veins have a pump in the form of a heart, but your sewer system sits there and waits for you to move your body, and it only has upward valves, so it will go up the straw, and once it gets to a certain level, a little trap door will keep it from falling, and then it waits for you to move again, and then you move again, and it goes up the straw some more, and then it's got a little trap door that keeps it there. And as long as you're moving, that sewer moves, but if you don't move, it pulls in your feet and your ankles and your legs.
How can we combat this then? Sitting is such a part of our daily lives that many of us would not be able to think of alternatives. There are things such as a standing desk and making sure to take breaks every half hour to walk around a bit, but when it comes to staying in a resting position, there is something that is healthier to do: the squat.
Well, think about the kinetic chain going on here. It starts out with you need to be a little bit forward on your toes so you don't fall backwards. You have forces driven up through the front and back of your legs, up through your thighs and into your glutes. And you're having to balance. It requires a lot of core strength. And even your shoulders and arms are all having to be on. You're flexing everywhere.
Squatting lets our spine follow its natural curvature, rather than being forced into an unnatural position with the weight of your body sitting on top of it. In addition, squatting helps keep leg range of motion mobility, or being able to lift your legs up to your body. Squatting gives no compression of the spine and also keeps your muscles engaged, giving you better metabolic processing. Squatting may be difficult for many, as we have not grown up doing it. Although squatting regularly will help make it more comfortable, you can also support your position by placing a soft object, like a rolled up towel, under your heels for extra support. Squatting instead of sitting can help you retain your musculature, prevent lower back pain, and overall make you feel more energized. Even only squatting some of the time instead of sitting can help you see these benefits.
If you were to compare the body to a house, and let's say that your bones and your joints that are always going to be there in the exact same size throughout your adult life are the framing of the house, and then what you clad the house with is going to determine the kind of experience that you have when you're in the house. So let's say you just put on some cheap sheet metal around the outside, and then when the winds come and blow, you're going to feel all of the winds coming through the cracks, you're going to feel the sway, you're going to feel like you're in a shack, which you are. Or you can put up OSB and sheetrock and put all sorts of tape and texture, and you can make it super thick, and you can put that house just about anywhere in the world, and if it's well enough built, you won't even know if there's a storm going on. It's going to be just a comfortable home year-round anywhere. And so relating that to the body, if you were to take your bones and joints and cover them up with protective musculature, those bones and joints are going to be comfortable as long as those muscles are there caring for them.
Of course, because our society has been built around sitting, finding opportunities to do otherwise can be difficult. You can't squat in restrictive clothing like jeans, and desks are built to be at a level for people who are sitting, not squatting. This isn't even to mention the strange looks you might get if you try to squat instead of sit in your workplace, school, or in public, unless they clock you as a yogi of some sort. However, any opportunity you can take to do so, such as if you're scrolling on your phone, watching TV, listening to a podcast, or doing some task that you can move down to a squatting level, will improve your overall health. If you can arrange a way to squat in your workplace or school, even better. Health is a journey we take for our whole lives, and it can be a very daunting one. Easy shortcuts and tricks that make a lot of difference are very rare to come by, and can often be specific only to certain people. However, the simple change of switching our resting position is something that can genuinely have incredible benefits for something seemingly small. So if you were to take one thing away from this video, let it be this: sit less. Whether that is to stand, get some exercise, or squat, you'll be much better off for it.